Yes, we are recording. Okay, cool. So, continue. Okay, it's now coming up on my laptop and my phone. Okay, so go for it. So, welcome everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties today. We are currently live in Zoom, unfortunately not on Facebook. We will suss that out for next time for sure. Or maybe we will just be launching live in Zoom and sharing the Zoom link instead, because that seems a lot easier than Facebook these days. So I have my amazing friend Dawn joining us from Canada. I'm here in Perth, Australia. So Dawn, you are live on a Saturday night. A bit later than we had scheduled, and I'm live on a Sunday morning. So we've got people joining from all around the world, which is awesome, everywhere from Brighton to Canada to Australia. So that's really cool for this special trauma release workshop / interview. And you're going to be doing some special experiential stuff with us today. So Dawn and I met quite a few years ago. We've actually never met in person yet. That will be happening very, very soon, hopefully. But we have really bonded over the last few years around our own kind of experiences of trauma and helping and supporting each other through those experiences of trauma. And Dawn has supported me a few months ago now with the butterfly effect healing technique that she's going to be sharing with us today, and I'll kind of share my experience with you all as well. So over to you, Dawn, to introduce yourself and let us know kind of how you got into the world of working in trauma.
Yeah, and I am so grateful for you, Carly. Thank you so much for setting all of this up. It's really exciting to be with everyone. Happy new moon, happy partial eclipse. We don't blame things on celestial events, of course, right? But we're all here to let go of the old and bring in the new. And so I really feel like it's really just highlighting how important it is that we can go with the flow and be patient with ourselves. Well, things don't always go as they seem or that we want. And that's really, you know, what trauma brings into our lives. So I'm a holistic life coach, psychic, and master energy healer. And I help sensitive spiritual souls to love and empower themselves, holistically heal and create their amazing life with the magic of intuition. So I'm a passionate lifelong learner, and I have studied in many different modalities, but I learned that the combination of certain modalities works really, really effectively to get to core issues. And I am the creator of butterfly effect healing. So that is a gentle and effective holistic psychic energy healing for highly sensitive and spiritual people. And it works to access and clear energy from the past that is affecting in the present. It's, like I said, a combination of different modalities, which taps into the quantum, the akashic records, and the wisdom of your body to get to root causes, which helps you to heal trauma, painful memories, unhealthy patterns, health conditions, and limiting beliefs. And that creates a ripple effect of healing across your life and empowerment in body, mind, and spirit. So really the way that I got into trauma work was experientially. Unfortunately, fortunately, I grew up very, very sensitive, and I had a lot of different events in my life that led me to be a passionate lifelong learner and led me to be super curious about how to heal trauma, how to do holistic healing. And things really came to a head for me in 2019 when the pandemic was just kind of on the brink of starting, where I was making some big life decisions as to how I wanted to move on with my life. And I knew that I needed to make some big changes. I was already in therapy, and I was using EMDR with a practitioner, which is helping a lot. But I wasn't kind of getting to my core issues. I wasn't working to the best of what I knew I could get to. I had different practitioners in my life helping me with energy work and coaching, but it all kind of came to a head on 2019 on New Year's Eve, when I realized that I needed to stop doing certain things and stop being around certain people. So that was when I made my no matter what decision, and I stopped drinking and I stopped talking to certain people. I got out of a narcissistic, abusive relationship, and that was when the pandemic started. I lost a lot of access to the people and the places and the things that were supporting me. And I realized that I really needed to lean into my healing, my self-healing in a deeper way than I ever have before. And I wonder if any of you kind of felt the same way about the pandemic, where you lost a lot of your resources, a lot of access to the people that you had usually gone to for support. And so I know exactly what that's like, but that led me to be really curious. And so I started studying trauma on a deeper level, more than I ever had before. And I, of course, experientially knew it. I had studied it a lot, but I knew that EMDR was a really, really effective process for helping to heal trauma. And so when the pandemic started and I was overcoming a lot of personal issues, I knew that if I couldn't see the same people that I needed to, then it was time for me to learn. So I started learning about how to do EMDR. I studied what post-traumatic stress disorder is in a really deep way. I got certifications. And I realized that all of those are really, really beautiful. The modalities of energy healing, coaching, psychology, and all the other things that I had studied were amazing alone, but combined, they were a powerhouse of healing. And so I started combining them, and with energy healing, akashic records, and my knowledge of metaphysics and EMDR, I was really able to do a lot of self-healing for myself that made going through the pandemic and making huge life changes as easy as I guess it could be. Easy is kind of a light word for such an intense time of life as we have all gone through. And so, I realized that in combining these, it was something that I could really bring forward in my sessions with the other people that I was working with. And I started to see that they were getting amazing results and letting go of the limiting beliefs that they had, and being able to do shadow work in a really gentle way. And the more people that I introduced it to, the more I got amazing feedback about. And yeah, and you, of course, Carly, understand that, and you had your own experience with it. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Yeah, awesome. Can you explain, because not everyone on this call will know what EMDR is and what it stands for, I suppose, what the technique is, and what akashic records mean as well. So could you just explain for the rest of the people on the call what those things are?
Of course. So EMDR is a trauma release therapy, and it stands for eye rapid desensitization, eye movement desensitization. And so, yes, reframing and reprocessing. So really what that does for you, and there's a couple of different ways that the modality can be used. And the way that I like to do it is because the original traditional way is using like a finger, and it's sort of hypnotic in a way. So it really is related to hypnotherapy. And the way that I learned it, though, because it's so much easier to use at a distance, is to actually get the body involved. And I use it through tapping. So part of the reason why I call it butterfly effect is because when you're doing the tapping, is you're giving yourself kind of a hug, and you're doing this kind of tapping that helps you to process. And in energy psychology, when we get the body involved and we get the meridians flowing, it helps you to release trauma and the energy that you're hanging on to in a really visceral level. So EMDR, it stems back in psychology, and it's been studied for trauma for quite a long time, and it's usually traditionally just done in person, but I have had amazing success because it's really hard to kind of keep track of a person's finger like this. And with the combination of akashic records, for example, and energy healing, then it really helps people to feel really safe and relaxed and get to the deeper level. So the akashic records are and a record of everything that's ever happened across all time, dimension, space, and reality. So in the astral realm, this is all kept as a record of your life. It's like a record and a book of your life that's kept. So if you believe in past lives, this is something that is stored in in the astral realm. And everybody can access this. There's no special access that you need, but I did study it and I became a certified master to do healing in the akashic records. And what I find really effective for this is that whether you believe in that or not, whether you believe in past lives or not, it really does help you to get to the next level of energy healing that you can access from time in the past, present, and in the future. So that's really how I define it. Yeah. So it's a very kind of intricate process, and it's all happening once. And I guide people through it. So there's different phases through it. And it really does begin with relaxation. And I feel like all trauma healing and shadow work is most effective when you begin with relaxation.
Absolutely. And especially because when you are in a state of trauma, just in general, in the moment, or ongoing with PTSD, then your nervous system is so fired up all the time that, you know, bringing in those relaxation techniques is so important. And that's why things like the technique that you've created and meditation and energy work is so effective, because it really helps to, I suppose, bring that person back into their body primarily, doesn't it, to help kind of assist with that healing process.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why exactly it's a 3-part process. And it's also 3 parts in that it covers the body, mind, and the spirit, and also trauma, limiting beliefs, and shadow work, right? So there's these different connections that are woven throughout. But you're absolutely right that it's so important that we remember that the body does remember, and that when we're releasing trauma and we're focusing on trauma, it's so important that we give the body the sensitivity and the respect and the relaxation that's necessary to feel safe to let go.
Yeah,
I didn't know
absolutely.
that's something that you really use as well, that you believe in.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go a day without meditation, and relaxation. It's essential.
Yeah. So what kind of trauma can you use this technique for?
So I have found that almost any kind of trauma is effective for this. But again, I want to give a disclaimer, a caveat with this, that you need to be able to allow yourself to relax and to be able to access some positive emotions in order to be able to use this process effectively. And that's why I always start with that ethically, and for your own safety. It's really, really important that you're able to feel some sense of safety to do that. And then from there, I have found that going to sort of the surface level traumas and things that are limiting beliefs will help you to access deeper levels of trauma. So we might start with something that's relational. And I have had a lot of success with using this with relationship trauma, with people going through really hard times in relationships and breakups and abuse, and also physical trauma, anything to do with chronic health conditions, because there's always an emotional component. There's always something that the body is holding on to. And really any kind of trauma that's affecting you in the present. And we know this, that if trauma is affecting you in the present, that you're experiencing life in a sort of in a way that is holding you back. You might experience dissociation, where you can't allow yourself to be present, doesn't feel safe. You might have certain symptoms like headaches or depression or anxiety, or just feelings of nervousness or panic. There can be all kinds of different, or even just not being able to put yourself out there in the world, or really like any kind of limiting belief or anything that you feel you're just not able to achieve, these patterns in your life that go on. And there's often a root cause of trauma and some emotional connection that's holding you back.
Yeah. And some of the things that I've really seen are kind of, I suppose, a lack of trust in the world, that the world is safe, that people are safe, that safe. And I think that all of those symptoms that you mentioned, including the trust aspect, really kind of, I suppose, blunts the ability or your happiness levels, your I suppose your sense of feeling that you're worth feeling as happy as you can be. It really kind of bluntens that. And when you kind of start working on trauma with using the techniques that you're describing, it really kind of, it can help you shed, you know, the heaviness feeling, and help you feel a lot lighter. And a byproduct of that is realizing that you generally feel a lot happier in each moment in life. Is that something that you found?
100%, right? Because then you find that you don't feel as heavy, or you don't feel like something's holding you back from moving forward. But if you're having these intrusive thoughts or memories that you can't get over, then for sure it's going to weigh on you in your body, in your mind, and in your spirit, like your energy field. So yeah, I mean, the effects of letting go of that energy and that trauma are, you know, it's incredible what can happen. You end up feeling like a different person almost, because you are able to move forward and your symptoms dissipate and your relationships improve. And it's not from doing something that starts from outside of you. It's something that comes from you taking action to help yourself heal in a really holistic way.
Absolutely. Someone's just asked me for Zoom link, so I'm just going to post it to them. Not sure if everyone can see it in the group. I'm just sending it. There is there we go. Okay, so there should be more people joining us now. So I know that when, I mean, you did this technique with me, it doesn't feel like that long ago, but I think it's nearly a couple of years now, maybe 18 months or so, when I was really getting a lot of past relationship trauma stuff coming up for me, and a lot of abandonment and rejection stuff coming up really, really hard. And I think, you know, you and I have been doing personal development work on ourselves for a really long time, and supporting each other in that process as well. But I think people can have a perception that, you know, the more you get into your personal development journey, the easier it gets. It actually doesn't. I found it kind of feels like you know, you feel more trauma when stuff comes up, because you know, you kind of get through the surface layers of the onion, and then get to the deeper, really core wounds. And it doesn't matter how long you've been in this personal development journey for, it can be a real shock to the system and feel quite traumatizing at the time. And I know that, you know, if I ever feel that way, you're someone that I really lean on for that. And you kind of you were helping with the butterfly effect healing process, which I found really, hey Julie, which I found really, really beneficial at the time. And something that I love is that, you know, you're all the way in Canada, I'm all the way in Australia, and yet we can get together on a live video call, and you can take me through this gorgeous, supportive, loving process. You know, for me, you're someone that I trust implicitly with my trauma and my own healing stuff. And it was such a gentle, very well guided and supportive process that you took me through to really kind of help me move through those feelings of abandonment and rejection. It was pretty tough going for me at the time, feeling those emotions, but you know, the process that you guided me through really, really helped me through that, and helped me move on from those feelings and release that through all the different techniques that you supported me with during that call, and a couple of different calls that we had. So I'm eternally grateful to you for that as well.
Oh, I so appreciate you sharing that, Carly. And you know, it's just, I love how you share so easily, and you're just willing to accept yourself that that's where you're at, but it's never a final destination. And it's so true that the more personal development you do, and as a healer, as a practitioner, as a lifelong learner, it doesn't ever necessarily get to, you know, you don't ever get to the bottom of it. We're always learning, we're always growing. And the more that we decide to evolve and thrive, the more our stuff does come up. And that's part of the invitation of the energy as well. But with processes and guides and people that you feel safe with moving through those things, it becomes a lot more, like something that you kind of invite to happen, because you know that's what's on the other, that what is on the other side of it is going to help you to propel yourself forward. And then you're going to get to that next level. And the only way out is through The only way out is absolutely through, right? And so if you're willing to feel it, then you can heal it. And just because there are many layers to it and stuff does come up with it, knowing that on the other side of it, that you'll be thriving at the level that you want to eventually, or at least having a higher quality of life, right? Because this isn't necessarily about curing things or getting to a place where you never have any more healing to do. This is about deciding the quality of life that you want and that you're worth it, and to let go of those limiting beliefs that hold you back from feeling like you can thrive, those experiences that have already happened that you don't have to live in the past with.
Absolutely. I think there's, you know, a lot of people think, oh, you know, this pattern again, I thought I've dealt with this pattern. And I know I've definitely been there, you know, oh, this old, I thought I've done all the healing that I thought I needed to do on it. But there are those deeper layers of the onion that come up, and they only come up when you're triggered by certain events, don't they? Which, who knows what that might be for you. And I feel really blessed and lucky to have you as that support in my life. But there are a lot of people that don't necessarily have someone that they trust with this kind of stuff, or they don't know who they can reach out to for support. So, you know, you'll be, after we've had this video call today, you'll be sharing your special offers with my crew, with our crew, where people can connect with you to learn more about this technique and give it a go for themselves. So that's, I think, having someone who can support you on your trauma release journey is so important. But a lot of people feel really, when they're stuck in trauma, feel really, really alone and isolated, don't they?
Yeah, it's so true. And my heart goes out to anyone who has ever felt that way. I know what it's like to feel that way. And that's part of what drove me so profoundly at the beginning of the, 2 years ago with the pandemic, to be like, okay, I have to start taking action on my own. It's time to develop my own self-healing practice. And I leaned on you a lot through that time as well. And I can't thank you, enough. It was like, we were just kind of, it was a lot of synergy between us, and we both helped each other heal, which is so beautiful. And it's absolutely true that all of the psychology books, all of the studies and courses that I've taken on trauma say that you only heal in the presence of the safety of another person. You cannot heal if you're still being hurt, or you're being, in an environment that's causing you pain, if you don't have a safe person to heal, because it's what we're doing is we're co-regulating. And when you can be in the space and safety and calmness and presence of a person that you trust, with anything that comes up in regards to your shame, your guilt, your pain, then it can come to the surface so much easier. And it does make it so much, like that we have the technology when it works, that we can access the people who help us feel that way, no matter where they are in the world. It really is a beautiful thing, and it's such an important thing. You Absolutely. Cannot feel in isolation, and I don't recommend it. Everybody deserves someone to lean on and to have as a guide.
So true, so true. I'm going to blame the technological issues that we had on Mercury retrograde, even though I don't even think there is one right now.
There actually is. I didn't mention that. It's the new moon, Mercury's in retrograde, and it's a partial eclipse. So we are courageous souls doing our life.
Got a bit panicky there for a minute, but look, we're on. Other people are on. We're sharing this valuable information. So I understand that you wanted to take us through something experiential. So explain that for us.
Yeah, I'd love to. So the first part of the butterfly effect healing is about creating an internal, safe, sacred space. And this is so essential for you to be able to feel within your body while you're bringing up different aspects of what you want to heal in terms of trauma, limiting beliefs, and doing the shadow work. So the very first part of the process is to just let yourself lean into the energy and connect with a memory and experience and that essence of safety that's within you. So we're going to do the first part of the process today. And I think it'll be really good.
Awesome.
So I don't actually see anybody else on here. Oh yeah. Okay, so there's 2 more people. I'm not sure how many people you see.
No, I can see 2 more. I was getting messages from people asking for the link, so I've shared that, and I've shared it in the group as well. So, but we'll also be able to play this as a replay in the group and send it out to people, so they'll be able to join along on the replay.
Of course. And my kitty Merlin just perked up. She's ready. She's a little magical healer too. So if anybody just wants to take a little sip of water, I always find that this work is very thirsty. If you've got your tea, like we suggested, or some water, I have both. I am constantly thirsty because of this work. And so I just want to invite
a beanbag at the moment, so if you hear her snoring, it's because she's absolutely sparkle on a very comfortable beanbag right now. Perfect for trouble.
I love inviting all of our friendly animal companions to join in on the healing. Everybody is welcome. Everybody is included. Merlin and Luna are there. They're all settling in. So everyone's had a drink of water, and we're just going to take some deep breaths. And when you feel ready, you can close your eyes. And I just want to ask you and invite you to give yourself permission to be right here, right now, and to accept any of the energy and the healing that's here and available for you today. And with every breath, just allowing that to be there for you. And I really, really love to incorporate breath work and feel it really valuable. You just follow along with my voice. And I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold at the top. Exhale out through your mouth. Allowing your nervous system to relax. And again, in through your nose. Hold and let go. Allowing your body to sink in to wherever you're sitting. And one more deep breath in. And let go, release. Just going to start with some sound healing, some energy clearing. My chime. Just let the chime relax you as you invite your body and all of you to come here into this present moment. Once again, just giving yourself permission to accept any and all healing that's here for you today. Visualize now. See in your mind's eye. Or just feel there is a beautiful orb of light above your head. This orb of light contains all the energy of safety, security, and trust. And it's here for you from whatever you choose to call and express your own divinity, your own connection to source, universe, God, the unified field. And this light above your head is here just for you. And as you breathe in and out, just allowing this light to gently, warmly lovingly flow over the top of your head. Enveloping your head, your eyes and nose, your mouth, as you deeply relax. And this light flows through your neck, down your shoulders. As you take a deep breath in and out. And this light flows through your chest and around your heart and your spine. As you feel deeper coming into this present moment and simultaneously lighter and brighter with every breath you take in and out. And this light flows through your torso, your stomach, down your arms, through your hands, all through your pelvis. As you breathe in and out, going deeper and deeper into the present moment, and feeling lighter and brighter with every breath you take. As this light flows down through your hips and your legs, all the way through your knees. And just notice if at this point there's anywhere your body would like you to take a deeper breath into to just allow yourself to relax a little bit more. As this light flows down through your legs, beyond your knees, and to your feet, bringing with it all of the energy you've been carrying throughout the day, throughout the week, that you're ready to let go of. As it cascades through your body, and now residing to the bottoms of your feet. And this light flows through, carrying with it all the energy you're ready to let go of. As you focus on that and you breathe in and out, just gently imagine, feel, visualize that there are now roots being created from this light flowing through to the bottoms of your feet. Flowing deep, deep down into Mother Earth now. Grounding you into this present moment. And bringing with it a sense of safety, security, and trust. As your roots go further deep into the ground, just notice and observe how your body feels as you breathe in and as you breathe out. And these roots of light now wrap around the core of the earth, anchoring you and helping you to clear any and all energy through your body as it's being transmuted through this light deep into the earth. Because Mother Earth is an alchemist and resonates at the frequency of unconditional love. In return for this energy, your roots of light are now being flowed through with the frequency and energy of unconditional love. Just intend it, allow it for yourself, feel it as best as you can. Give yourself permission to experience it. As it flows up through your body, as you breathe in and out, Beautiful. You're all doing so great. I'd like you to now gently visualize, imagine that you're in a hallway. Just see in your mind's eye as best as you can. You've now arrived in a hallway. And you brought this feeling of safety and security and trust with you. And you see that this hallway is filled with beautiful light. And because you feel so filled with light, as you move gently down this hallway, you almost feel like you're floating. And you see on both sides of you that there are windows. It doesn't really interest you, but you can sense that there are things going on. And there is just a sense of safety and a desire to move forward down the hall. So as you move towards the end of the hall, you begin to see a beautiful door. A door that is also so incredibly vibrant and illuminated. And just put your hand out and connect with the doorknob when you feel safe to do so. And as you get ready to walk through, just look to the side and notice that there is also a window that you can gently peek in. And you notice through the window that this is a room that looks completely familiar to you. It has a feeling of familiarity. It feels safe to you. And you almost can't wait to see what's inside. So you open the doorknob on 3. 1, 2, 3. And you walk through and you're filled with the most expansive energy and familiarity. Because you know that inside this space is your safe space sanctuary. And so I invite you to look around. Is this place and space indoors or outdoors? How do you feel here? Get all of your senses involved. What do you see? What do you hear? And as you observe these qualities, these senses, be aware that as much as it's being revealed to you, you are also creating it. And just notice that the temperature around you is just right. And whatever that is, whether it's warm or there's a breeze, it's just perfect for you. And so as you look around and you just notice and observe how you feel, and all of your senses are involved, you begin to see that there is the comfiest looking chair that you've ever seen. And you're so incredibly drawn to it because you feel so relaxed that you're ready to just float, levitate, walk over to this chair. And just allow yourself to get comfy in this chair, in this seat that's there just for you in your safe, sacred space. And just taking a moment to allow yourself to breathe and relax into this chair and getting comfy. And as you do so, you become more and more relaxed, more and more at ease. And yet, you are still alert and present with knowing what's going on around you and that you are here in this present moment. And so when you see that in front of you, there is a container that's being revealed to you, you are completely at ease with it. And just notice what this container looks like for you. This container holds all of your memories, thoughts, experiences from this and every lifetime. Is your container made of metal, wood, jewels, crystals, something whimsical? Is it a chest? Is it a glass? Just notice what it is. And remember that as much as it's being revealed to you, you're also creating it. And pay attention to it, that it has a lid on it and it is completely secure and structurally sound. Completely in its own integrity. And so you feel completely safe and at ease knowing that within this safe, sacred space, there is a container here for you that is holding all of these memories, thoughts, and experiences from this and every lifetime that you can observe, that you can become aware of, and that can be revealed to you, whether you want to re-experience them or to let go of them. And as this is happening, you also begin to notice that there is a screen in front of you, just in the distance right in front of you, but behind your container. Just be aware of what kind of screen it is. Is it a TV screen? Is it a stage? Is it a movie screen? However that is for you, just notice that there's a screen. And because you're feeling so safe, relaxed, and secure in this space, you feel calm and at ease to just look around and notice what else is going on in your safe, sacred space. Bringing your attention back now to your container, your comfy seat, and the screen in front of you. And now we're just going to invite whatever is meant to come up for you today. A memory, an experience that helps you, that reminds you of something happy, something safe. A time in your life that reminds you of how loved you are, how safe you are. And as best you can, just allow yourself to feel that and to observe that on the screen in front of you. Just take a moment to soak in those vibes, soak in that energy. As you become more and more aware that this safe, sacred space is within you. You have access to it at any and all times. And you have so much power to create your reality by connecting with this. And that your past does not have any power over you, because it is all being safely contained for you to access if you wish to clear or to re-experience. And so within this empowerment, just allowing yourself, giving yourself permission and enjoying how magnificent you are. And now we're going to allow this experience, this feeling to stay with you, but simultaneously it's also going to be flowing back into your container. And yet you'll be able to maintain the positive sensations and the energy clearing that is happening for you from connecting with this. So just visualizing, feeling, allowing everything to flow back into your container. Making sure that it's all contained. As you breathe in and out. And gently, because you've had such a great experience and you're appreciating the safe space sanctuary within you, you know that you'll be back in this space soon because it lives within you. And so you can access it at any and all times. And when you feel strong emotions or you feel triggered, you know that you can be here in your safe, sacred space to help you process and help you relax. I'm gently going to be guiding you back very soon. So just take another moment to relax, breathe, and enjoy the space that's been created within you on this beautiful new moon day. As you feel your centered energetic self gently getting up from your cozy chair in your safe, sacred space, and the screen fades into the distance, and you know that your container is safely and securely stored. And you can walk back to the door that you came through. And put your hand again on the door handle. As you feel yourself go through the hall, as you breathe in and out. And in 3, I'll invite you back into the present moment, into the room here where you are. Just bringing all of this energy back within you, knowing that this energy will continue to process. And on 3, coming back into the room. 3, trusting that this healing and this integration for your safe, sacred space has taken place for you today. 2, giving yourself permission to feel that safety and that healing within you. And 1, bringing some gentle movement back into your body, bringing some breath, having a stretch if it feels good. And 1, coming back into the room and opening your eyes.
Oh, I feel very nice and relaxed now.
Good.
That
How
was so
that?
Yeah, normally whenever you've done that meditation with me in the past, I've always had, whenever I've opened the door, it's opened up into this huge beach, and the beach was there, but the door was really different to times that we've done that before. It was this huge wooden carved, like intricately carved, beautiful, stunning door, like massive, massive door with this handle. As I opened it, I went into a rainforest, which I haven't entered into before, but it was the colors were so bright. There were parrots everywhere, there were tigers and elephants and horses and all these animals that wouldn't necessarily even be together, but animals that I think I like really love the energy of. And then kind of opened up to a beanbag, which was my comfy chair on the beach that I'm normally at, with my safe container being it kind of looked to me like the usual container that I have, which is like a glass box with all this energy in it, created like safely contained. So that was really, really cool. We'd love to hear from everyone else that's watching this as well, how that experience was for you, what your container looked like, what your safe space looked like, and how you experienced that, because everyone's so different, aren't they?
Yeah, so incredibly different. And it's just a beautiful thing to hear how that's revealed to yourself and how you can create it. And it just what your innermost sanctuary represents for you. And a really beautiful thing to remember too is that if you have some trouble visualizing, it's okay to just feel that sense of safety. And the more that you practice this process, the easier it does become. And I've had some clients who have experienced their sanctuary, their space as being kind of dusty, or they haven't visited it in a while. And that can happen as well too. And that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong. It's just something to be aware of, that you are indeed creating that safe space within yourself. And so it's something that can use your attention, your love, and your presence within it. And the more that, like you noticed, it became totally different now that you've gone in it to it this time.
Yeah, I feel like I had a massively upgraded safe space this time, which for me felt like a reflection of how much I've cleared in between our last session together and now. So that's a really cool experience.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And so from there, that's the first part of the process. So that's really important. And we don't necessarily go for as long every single time, but the first time it's really important that you're able to connect with that. And so that you know, and then from there, we can go into certain memories and experiences that are holding you back and that we want to process. With the tapping and with different energy healing modalities that I walk you through. And what's really important about that, and really cool that I find, is that we're always going to rate it at the beginning. So seeing how you feel about that experience, that memory, that limiting belief, and we rate it out of 1 to 10, so that when we do the healing work, that you know how far you've moved. And I feel like that's really important, that we have evidence that you see that it is really valuable in healing, even just to be in that safe, sacred space. But there's more. When you go in and you feel that sense of relaxation, and then you do the shadow work and the trauma work, it's really effective. And I personally always want to know, like, where I'm at to where I'm going. And that really helps people to have a marker, I believe, to understand how effective it is and the level that you're actually healing.
Absolutely. Awesome. You're going to be sharing some special offers for the people that are joining this video and the replay as well, aren't you? Talk us through the special offers.
Yes, absolutely. So I have 2 special offers, and I'm just going to get my notes. Yes. So I have special offers for 5 people today who are interested in learning more about this amazing butterfly effect healing process. And with one session, we're going to do one holistic harmony session, which includes a relaxation meditation, such as that, intuitive coaching, intuitive guidance, and energy healing. And then you can leave the session with a clear holistic action plan as to how do we want to achieve goals, how you want to move forward. And so that doesn't necessarily include the butterfly effect healing process, because it works the best if you actually do it in a sequence. It's not unusual to feel so much better after just one session, but I find that 3 sessions is kind of the magic touch. And so for the special today, I have 3 sessions for $333, and it's usually $555, and you get a custom design questionnaire that helps you to understand where you're at, get clarity on where you're at in your life and where you want to be, so that we can dive into the certain kinds of limitations, the trauma that you're experiencing, and also developing goals around your healing. And then you get 3 sessions with that. You'll always have a holistic action plan moving forward as well, because a lot of the healing work comes from taking action. So we do the healing work, you take action as well in between sessions, which leads to transformation.
It
So
sure
that
does. Thank you.
package is called holistic transformation. Yes.
Oh, thanks so much for that, Dawn. We will post the Calendly link so that you can schedule that session with Dawn. And other than that, how can people reach you?
You can check me out on Facebook. I promise I'm usually on there. There's not too many technical glitches. So I've got a Facebook business page on there that you can join in. I'm also on Instagram. And the first people to hear about my offers are usually on my newsletter. So you can join in on my newsletter from my website at dawnkatena.com.
Awesome. And we'll post all the links as well in the Facebook event, and we'll be sending out the replay too via our newsletters and business pages too. So thank you so much for joining us today, everyone. Again, apologies for all the technical glitches. We got there in the end. Next time we do a video like this, which we will definitely be doing videos again together, won't we, Dawn? We will do them, I think, as the first port and be sharing the Zoom link in the Facebook event page rather than trying to mess around with Facebook Live. So yeah, again, sorry for all the technical glitches. We got there in the end, and it was a great call. So thank you everyone for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you to you, Carly. Thanks for playing along. It was so wonderful.
Take care, everyone, whatever you're doing with the rest of your Saturday night or Sunday. We hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Lots of love from us.
Lovely, lots of love. Bye.
Bye.